so that candidates know the order in which they will be speaking, and I'll announce them, and they'll give their 2-minute opening statement. We're going to start with Mr. Armington.
Thank you. My name is Stephan Armington. I'm running for the Democratic seat on the 3rd Ward Council seat. I'd like to thank the public for coming out tonight and the League of Women Voters for giving me the opportunity to share my accomplishments and my aspirations for the next 4 years as your 3rd Ward Councilman. I've lived in Morristown for 15 years for the last 15... I've lived in Cutler Park for the last 15 years, with my wonderful wife, Margarita, and my 2 sons, Garen and Sean. I helped organize the local neighborhood association 8 years ago, and since that time, I've been actively involved in a number of projects, big and small, throughout Morristown. Most years, coaching soccer and cleaning up the Patriots Path and Speedwell Avenue, and bigger, more challenging projects, like protecting Willow Hall from overdevelopment, and a number of townwide petitions to empower residents to vote for or against policies when the government has not been responsive. I enjoy this work, and that's why I will make a great public servant. I think the recent Speedwell Avenue redevelopment plan really sums up the differences between my opponent and me. In public meetings, my opponent complained and voiced his opposition to the plan, and while he had some good ideas, that was the end of his involvement. I think I, on the other hand, reached out to residents to find out what they thought. I voiced my concerns about the maximum building heights, the effect on local traffic, the desire to preserve some of the area's more historic properties, and the desire to keep businesses affordable. But that was not the end of my involvement. I read through the entire plan, made recommendations. I sat down with council members. I met with the town planners, and through all of our efforts, a compromise was made. That is the governing process. That is what I am committed to doing over the next 4 years to make sure that the needs of my community are met. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Feldman.
I am Rebecca Feldman. I am just completing 4 years on the town council, but really have been at this considerably longer than that. In fact, I'd like to thank my daughter Audra for being here tonight when she has homework and bedtime to get ready for. She was 1, and my red van was new when I began this, and here we are 10 years later, and from neighborhood association to planning board to town council, it's really been a great experience. 4 years ago, I ran against a Democratic incumbent, and this time I do have a Republican opponent, although I guess she couldn't join us tonight. Setting that aside, as an independent, really what I found is it's about you, it's about individuals, and it's about getting the things that you want done. To that end, I've really enjoyed helping people feel empowered and feel heard. And as I'm now walking door to door, I'm seeing how much the ward has changed in 4 years. We have a whole new neighborhood downtown with all new needs. And it's exciting, and in the next 4 years, I look forward to helping our new neighbors and welcome more new neighbors downtown, continue to green our neighborhoods and protect them from traffic, and particularly bring us together as a group to deal with the infrastructure issues that were a problem before, but which Hurricane Irene has made very much a part of our everyday and every weekend. And that's going to require a group effort, and that's exactly what I love doing. So I look forward to talking about it some more.
Thank you, Ms. Feldman. Mr. Nadipurum.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank the League of Women Voters, my fellow candidates, and the members of the public who took time out of their busy lives to come and participate in their community's activities. My name is Naveen Nadipuram, and though I'm new to Morristown, I'd like to do my best to contribute to my community. I'm running for the seat on the 2nd Ward, and I want to do my best to help the people of that ward and be a diligent member of the town council. We have a great deal of issues in the 2nd Ward that require a lot of attention. We have public safety, we have redevelopment, and we have community organizations that deserve public support. And I look forward to being a great councilman for the 2nd Ward, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Ramirez.
My name is Ed Ramirez, and I'm a 3rd Ward resident. I'm running for the 3rd Ward seat this term. I have lived in Morristown for nearly 30 years. I've worked for AT&T for 25 years, and I've been in construction management and administration for most of my career. I have been involved in Morristown from almost the first day I came here. I was a founding coach at the Granby League and at the neighborhood house. I coached Little League Baseball there. I was a member of the New Jersey Economic Development Committee commission. I was a commissioner on the commission. I was on the commission for the Vale Mansion, the redevelopment commission for the Vale Mansion. I'm now in my second term as a commissioner on the Morristown Housing Authority, and I have been active whenever my services were needed. I can't say that I sat with the planners because that offer was never made to me on the redevelopment. I believe the difference between my opponent and I on the redevelopment plan is that he doesn't have a clear understanding of the intersection of Spring and Early Street and what it means to leave it like it is and to do this construction work. It's going to be a terrible mess. And all I've asked from the town government is a few answers to a few questions which I have been denied that information. Even when I came to the board meetings and I tried to speak, I was told that I couldn't ask that question or that question this question couldn't have been answered. So I've been sort of stonewalled in that area. But I'm not done yet, and I'm going to make sure that this development is done to enrich Morristown, not to develop it.
Thank you. Mr. Ciklic.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Denis Ciklic, and I'm running for town council in the 4th Ward because I want to represent you, our neighbors, our friends, on the issues that are important to us all. First, I want to thank the League of Women Voters for moderating tonight's event. I also want to thank my fellow Morristown neighbors for being here tonight and taking part in Morristown's future. This is the first time I'm running for public office. And just like Abraham Lincoln when he first ran for the Illinois State Legislature 179 years ago, in 1832, every man is said to have his peculiar ambition. I have no other so great as that of being truly esteemed by my fellow man, by rendering myself worthy of their esteem. On town council, I'll provide leadership and common sense principles, and I'll work with the administration to make sure we have an efficient and transparent government. My experience as a financial planner and mortgage banker will benefit the council when we eliminate wasteful spending in our budget and lower taxes. I want to promote smart growth. Any new development should take into account the character of the neighborhoods that they are in and the impact on the environment. My experience in the solar industry will assist the council to determine opportunities on how to save taxpayer dollars on energy costs with the potential to lower a building's operating costs and lower the amount of taxes they need. And at the same time make our community more environmentally conscientious by lowering our carbon footprint. I will work with the mayor to promote shared services with neighboring communities to once again lower taxes. I want to make sure traffic and parking issues are being addressed so we can improve your quality of life. A good place to start is by looking at morristownmovingforward.com and sign up for email updates. My experience coaching soccer at Morristown High School has led me to appreciate the enthusiasm of our younger generation. I would encourage and empower our youth to get involved in their community. They are our future. I believe public service is about trying to do something for someone else, about trying to make a positive difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Deeb.
Good evening. I am Councilwoman Alison Deeb, and I am pleased and honored to be seeking a second term on the Morristown Council, representing our 4th Ward constituents. Before I begin, let me thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this forum tonight, and all of you for participating. I'm running for re-election because I have more work to do, and because I am passionate about serving my constituents. My goal has been and will be to represent you professionally, diligently, and honestly, and to put your interests first. When re-elected, I will continue to be a fully engaged participant on the council. For me, what this means is that I read through every council packet, I prepare thoroughly for every meeting. I study and analyze the budget. I go the extra mile to document your concerns. I write policy memos and position papers, and most importantly, I advocate on your behalf. Whenever anyone calls me, I respond. This is how I think constituents should be served and what constituents do deserve from their councilperson. When re-elected, I will bring my master's in public administration, 12 years of management consulting, and 4 years serving on the council to bear on the following issues that you all have told me that are some of the most important to you. 1, taxes are too high. 2, we don't have safe and reliable power. 3, there's speeding, cut-through traffic, and parking issues in all of our neighborhoods. 4, we could do a better job with code enforcement. 5, we need park and playground improvements. And 6, there's a widespread concern about public safety. This is what you have told me that is important to you, and this is what I will focus on in my second term. Thank you.
Thank you.